Okay, now it's a problem. Now I have to stop. Now I am buying too many little guys. I am buying guys with money I don't have. I have pre-orders. I have a ridiculous amount of pre-orders for this entire year for guys that I will not be able to afford when they ship, and I'm buying guys that I cannot afford right now. This is me acknowledging it. This is me saying, okay, there's a problem and we're going to figure out what the solution is. The solution is, of course, stop buying guys, but we have to figure out how to control my behavior in order to get that to happen. That's the problem is reaching the solution, as with all things. So anyway, this week I bought some small guys. These are tiny little guys. It barely counts. I spent like, dude, $40 on these guys. Really should not have. Let's look at Bomb Burst. I just did a short about Bomb Burst. It's really cool. Yeah, I had a lot of thoughts about him, and I think it's great what I found out about him, which is that he's a pretender. I bought him because he made me think about Battle Beasts, and I've been seeing a lot of Battle Beasts on my Instagram timeline. And yeah, I even think there was a white bat that was a Battle Beast, but whatever. And Hasbro, I think, has that property. But this guy was a pretender. He wasn't a monster pretender, which I was talking about when I had those Dinobot guys. I still have them. I just mean when I was making the video about them. Those were monster pretenders in the US and Dinobots or Dino Force Warriors in Japan. But anyway, this guy was an earlier pretender. A lot of the Decepticon pretenders were just monsters. I do really appreciate it when the robot form and the alt form have like very different color schemes. I like how the bat is mostly white and red, and then we flip it over, and obviously it's a backpack that unfolds, which it often is, and especially in core class it is usually that. But yeah, we get the Cybertronian hovercraft, which is nice blue and gray hovercraft flying vehicle. I talked about how it does kind of look like that Cybertronian Seeker model you see, at least the nose cone part does, but the back and the rest of it, I love these little fans here, is different enough. And yeah, because I'm not really crazy about that pyramid-shaped Cybertronian Seeker, but, and this, yeah, it does, the nose is a little bit similar to that, but the Cybertronian model, but whatever. This is cool. This is a cool form. Pretenders were cool. I'm going to have to get some actual Pretenders, probably. I mean, I'm going to end up collecting so much. I don't remember. I know I had some. I really don't remember which ones I had. I think I had the Bumblebee one, or it might have been Goldbug. I don't know which one got a classic Pretender. All right, I didn't want to dive right into Tiny Soundwave because this is the best guy I got out of these guys that I bought this week. And this guy is great. This guy is like in posability and articulation, in the way it works, and the transformation, every part of it. This guy is a better toy than my leader class Soundwave. More bang for your buck. It works. My leader class Soundwave, if you know me, or if you've been watching these videos, if you recall, did not come with a piece with a peg hole in it to hold his shoulder weapon. So this one does. I'm so jazzed. Everything about this Soundwave works terrifically. I love the way these things, I complained about these things in battery mode or whatever they are and how they attach to the other Soundwave. In this one, they're great. Everything about this guy is great. He's so solid. Everything feels good. The figure looks and feels good. This all snaps together very well, unlike... I mean, I do love my leader class Soundwave. I think it's the Legacy United one, the one that came out last year. It is great, and I'm going to have a lot of Soundwaves. In fact, I have more Soundwaves coming in the mail this week. Next week, we'll probably talk about Soundwaves. Like I said, I do want to talk about the Devastator I have, and I want to get to all the other toys I have, but that's why I have to stop buying toys, because I'm always going to want to talk about whatever came in the mail most recently. So there is going to be more Soundwave content coming up. So this is great. I love it. Tight little boombox. He's got this, just like the other one, he's got this stuff sticking out on the back, which I care a lot less about when it's not when the whole thing isn't trying to pull itself apart for some reason, because I don't know what was going on with that other one. It honestly feels like some of the pieces on my other one were just a little bit warped and out of shape. So I do like that these peg holes back here are in two different positions, and the posts are in two different positions on the batteries. So you know what you're doing and where they go. And they do even very nicely with the bottom, even though this one does not telescope, that's fine because I don't like the way the other one telescopes and doesn't stay in position. And they line up perfectly with the bottom of the thing. Boy, I had a lot of complaints with the last Soundwave, kind of like I'm going to have a lot of complaints with the Megatron I'm about to show you, but this guy's great. I mean, I love this Soundwave, and the best part is right here. Best part of this of tiny Soundwave is tiny, non-transforming Laserbeak. Like, super great. Like, I love the cassettes. It's such a good gimmick. Boy, I'm so excited about the Soundwave and cassettes that are coming to my house this week, or maybe next week, or we'll be reviewing them soon. We are going to talk about that Devastator and all the other things on the shelf, but this is one of my favorite new things. I love this one. Core Class Soundwave. Yeah, these are all Core Class guys, if I didn't mention, if it isn't obvious. Tiny guys. Okay, Generation 2 Megatron. Looks pretty cool. Pretty good head sculpt. Was G2 Megatron's head silver and the rest of him was green? But head sculpt looks great. Looks like Megatron. This looks like Megatron's pistol. I mean, it looks like Megatron when he turns into a pistol. Like, that's great. I think it's great that he comes with that, and other guys can wield the Megatron pistol. Of course, I don't think this G2 Megatron did turn into a pistol ever, but there's some neat stuff about this and the way it transforms and some neat things on it. It's incredibly flimsy, which I'm going to show you as we look at parts of it, but I like that sliding panel that slides around. That's almost something you see on higher price point figures. Little panels that slide around to complete the illusion of what's going on. Like, this arm just flips around, you know, but because the cannon is on here, we have to use a special little panel, and that's cool. Back flap, well, it is a back flap, flipping around like we do. And this is extremely flimsy. This pulls together here, but like, and it clips into the part below it. I mean, it would help if I had them all the way in place, but the way this clips together, and there's a tabby right here, and one right here on the other side, which I think I'm about to, yep, there we go. Because these arms do like to get loose and flap around, but that's more or less the turret. And I think, and I'm not even really sure what the intention is. Like, this is a flimsy toy, and we'll get there. I'm not sure if that's where it's supposed to land. It feels the best there, but it almost looks, anyway, I'll show you. These knee leg flaps are very flimsy, especially when transforming them in the other direction. This joint is that kind of friction joint, loves to pop out. Those don't love to snap in, but you know, you gotta get them. Yeah, coming the other way, this one pops out of that, because this leg is, to unfold it from this way, you're using the leg as what you're putting the pressure on or whatever, but there we go. And then this tab, oh wait, oh dear, the leggies are lay upside down. What is it? I don't know why I feel like I should know how to say upside down in French. Well, I don't know why that came out in French. Lay upside down. Well, anyway, yeah, so this all kind of floats. Nothing pegs in around here. Like, it pegs in on these two sides, when I just showed you this little peg here before I got it in. Yeah, right there. But this kind of floats, and so let's get the turret. And it's, again, it's that situation where, like, when you peg in one part of the figure, another thing comes unpegged. That looks pretty good. Looks like where the turret's supposed to be if this was up a little bit. Then as I move this up, it's going to move something else out of place. Right from that angle, it looks good. But as you can see, the leggies here are kind of spreading. And if you push them together, it does seem to kind of lock in like this, and it pushes his hips forward. And that locks the turret in a little bit backwards. And again, this arm is not exactly in, yeah. It locks the turret into kind of an angle, which may be what is intended. But it's also just not... It actually looks pretty good right now. It comes out kind of looking not even everywhere, but that looks pretty good. What I do think is silly is that, like, I feel like this cannon should be the top of the... I mean, you know, don't let me tell you how to do your job. But I feel like the cannon should be on top of the turret being the cannon. But basically what becomes the cannon is you take the pistol, stick it in there, and then that sticks out of the front of the tank. And that kind of looks... Well, it looks like a giant pistol strapped to the front of the tank. But can you see how it just doesn't come together? It's very flimsy, and even like that's not tabbed in, but yeah, when you move any part of it, something becomes something becomes. Anyway, yeah, pretty cool. I'm happy. These guys are great. 3 tiny core class guys. The core class is awesome. I think they're not doing it anymore. That's what I heard, and I sure haven't seen any pre-orders or any announcements of new core class guys. At the end of last year, I heard rumblings that there would be a core class Predaking. Wouldn't that have been cool? I love the core class. I'm going to keep collecting them because, lucky me, I just started and I got lots to get. I love Tiny Soundwave. And yeah, more Soundwave stuff is coming. We're going to talk about Devastator and all my guys. Let's take a look at them before we go today. Here are all of my guys. We will be taking a look at all of them eventually. And yeah, whatever else comes in the mail. So like and subscribe or leave comments or do whatever you're supposed to do for YouTube algorithms. I'm kind of figuring out what you're supposed to do. And yeah, you can talk to me on Discord or whatever. Go to koyadk.tv and follow me on Blue Sky or Instagram or something, and come talk to me on Discord. And yeah, I'll be around. I'll be making videos about robots. Tiny Soundwave. Look at the best part. Non-transforming tiny laser beak.